If you've always thought the Audi RS4 and its RS5 Coupe, well, lacks a bit of bite against cars like the BMW M3 and M4, well, Audi RS has a solution in the shape of a new RS Competition Pack. Let's check it out. So there's actually not one, but two RS Competition packs. The RS Competition, that costs around $11,500, and the RS Competition Plus pack, which is a lot more special, and that costs $17,500. Although we think it will, because prices haven't yet been finalised. It should be available on Australian models from around July, we think. Now, what's the difference, you may ask? Well, there's plenty of detail changes. Now, the Competition one, well, that's just merely a styling pack and a hotter exhaust. Let's go over some of the details. So you might notice this RS4 has a very nifty black emblem, and the black styling theme continues around the rest of the car when you order the Competition pack, including these very cool wheels. Now, these wheels are not just for looks, they're around 2 kilo lighter per wheel, which is pretty good to reduce unsprung weight. There's also the option of this very cool matte carbon fibre mirror caps. And at the back of the car, you get a new sports exhaust that is both louder and is also combined with a new engine mapping that means it barks when it starts, if you want. And inside you get a new fake suede steering wheel and these supremely supportive and comfortable RS bucket seats. So far it sounds deeply underwhelming, but that's because you need to buy the RS Competition Plus pack. It's only when you pay the $17,500 that you get the special coilover adjustable suspension. And I know that sounds ridiculous for a family wagon, but this makes a huge difference. And it's not just the suspension. In fact, you can actually see this car is riding 20 millimeters lower than standard, because as well as the suspension, engineers have also developed a special Pirelli P0 Corsa tyre, changed the anti-roll bar bushings, and also implemented a new steering rack system. And it's a combination of all these detail changes that have, well, transformed the way the Audi RS4 drives both on road and track. It always seems odd driving a family estate car on the track, but apparently there are some Audi owners out there who, well, this is what they want to do on the weekend. After all, it's cheaper than buying a second track day car, isn't it? And it's also on track that you can really feel the changes to, well, what engineers have done. I mean, first thing you notice is that noise from the exhaust is much, much louder. And they've also removed plenty of sound deadening within as well to sort of boost the experience. But it's in corners like this that, well, the RS4 just feels a lot more mobile. Now, the suspension system has been developed with partner KW, and, well, as well as being adjustable for height, it's also adjustable for rebound and compression. Now, that sounds very, very confusing because there's around 20 settings for one of those at least. But what Audi RS has done is they provide a handy menu with this car that has some suggested settings, including one for the Nürburgring. Now, Audi hopes things like social media and the growing band of members of its RS Owners Club will provide settings for, well, plenty of tracks out there. But even in the recommended Nordschleife setting that we're driving in now, the RS4's handling balance, well, it's been dramatically changed. When you turn in, it's just a lot more precise. There's a lot less understeer and it's easier to position. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier is this car on the RS Competition Plus also gets Audi Sport Quattro Differential, and it uses torque vectoring to help it turn in like that. But the key to the RS4 and RS5 Coupe's abilities on track is Audi has worked with Pirelli to develop a special P0 Corsa tyre, along with some stiffer anti-roll bar bushing and some suspension changes. Audi has then had to go and reconfigure both the ESP and the handling modes to cope with the higher grip levels provided by the tyre. And that also includes a new ABS system that's, well, it's been tuned for track use. Other changes with the RS4 is Audi has reconfigured its steering mode to offer a fixed ratio. Now that's quite strange because in the past Audi engineers have told us that its variable rate steering box, well, that was the best for a mix of agility on low and high speeds. But no, with this one, it just wants the purity you get from just having, well, a single speed steering box that, well, is easier to measure in how much turning you need for each corner. They should have done it from the start. Now, perhaps the most disappointing aspects of the Competition and Competition Plus is, well, the 2.9 litre twin-turbo V6 still has the same 331 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque as the basic version, which isn't that good considering the price tag, but it is quicker. The RS4 now takes just 3.9 seconds to hit 100 kilometers per hour from rest, which is around 0.2 faster than before. Audi has also ensured that the 7-speed transmission now is quicker to shift. So there we have it. The RS4 is still pretty damn quick on a circuit, but it seems a lot more involving now thanks to the suspension tweaks. The Audi RS4 remains one of the best looking performance wagons out there, even up against the new rivals like the BMW M3 Touring, and it's only enhanced by the addition of the new RS performance packs. Better still, this car behind me is priced at around $156,000 in Australia, which means there's plenty of wiggle room before you catch up with its more costly rivals to, well, splash out.